DJ Event Planner will change the way you manage and run your business. Streamline all of your procedures and software into one easy-to-manage system. DJ Event Planner, the ultimate online planning tool.
Hits USA from RPM. Our name says it all. Get the latest hits while they're the hottest. With Top Hits USA, you'll have the track for sure. Visit tophitsusa.com or call 800-521-2537 and get a free demo.
But then they see it on the live stream.
They're seeing us right now because we are live. And then you and I will talk, and we're going to talk about insightful, educational things, or maybe not.
Oh, that's different. So smart stuff.
We got to be smart now.
All right.
We're back here for session number 4 with Randy Bartlett. This is the one and only Randy Bartlett. This is the Randy Bartlett that you read about when you were a kid, because he was awesome then, and he's still awesome today.
Did you just call me old in a really nice way?
Did I? I think I did. That wasn't the intent of that. Sorry. I was trying to make the awesome thing go.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Didn't work too well. For those of you who are not familiar with Randy, Randy is the 1% solution man. He has more information out there that has helped more DJs than you can shake a stick at. And tonight, I basically gave him 10 minutes notice. I said, "Hey, Randy, let's go on tonight. Let's talk about things that people are doing that they aren't even aware of, that are making their events less than spectacular." And Randy, I think that's something that in your, as you put together the 1% solution, you've seen a lot of video, and I think this is kind of a common problem that DJs have, is they think they're doing pretty well.
They do, and it's for legitimate reasons. At the end of or during virtually every event we do, people keep telling us that we're doing a great job, even when we're not. So nobody's going to come up to a DJ. No, I mean, we take the compliments very well. People go, "You're doing great." We say, "Great." And then somebody comes up and goes, "Dude, you suck." And we go, "Oh, you're drunk." Right? So we just dismiss them. And like DJs go, "I've never had a complaint." I'm like, then you've never done an event. I mean, of course you've had complaints, but you just dismiss them. So we tend to believe them because they say nice things about us. And, it's like the old joke about you don't judge how your haircut by all the compliments you get. You judge by the number of people who say nothing. So if you at a party when there's 150 people and 7 people walk by and said, "Hey, nice job," those are the people that noticed you got a new haircut, and all they could say is "nice haircut," because they're not going to say, "Wow, you look remarkably stupid." So we judge ourselves based on compliments, and we get all those compliments. It's really hard for somebody to screw up a wedding. For a DJ, it's really hard for a DJ to screw up a wedding bad enough for the bride and groom to be unhappy with their services. If you hear a story that somebody was unhappy with their DJ, he was either mind-bogglingly horrible, or he had a psycho bride and groom, which he probably should have figured out along the way.
Yeah.
So when people say, "Oh, my clients all love me," it means nothing. Of course they do. They're trying. They want to love you. They want their wedding to be great. So
for sure.
we buy into that, unfortunately, too much, and we just think, "Oh, they love me because they said they love me," and afterwards they sent me a nice little note that said, "Hey, you played the best music." I'm as I'm winding down my career, I'm cleaning out a lot of things, and I found a bunch of old reviews from our company from way back in the early 90s. And it was remarkable, and and they're all just stellar reviews. These are our brag books, right? But it's really amazing in the early 90s how many of them said essentially the same thing. "You guys played great music. You were really nice. Everybody danced. We loved you so much." They all said the same things. That's what we did back then.
Yeah.
Music, people danced. We had very happy clients. We were also charging a fraction of what we charge today. But I would say, those people in those early years from 25 years ago, mostly couldn't tell you anything specific that we did. that made their wedding incredible. They would say, yeah, our DJ was great. What was his name again?
Mm-hmm.
You talk to somebody we've worked for in the last 15 years. Even 20, I would say in the mid 90s, we kind of figured it out, what we were doing, and started doing creative things.
That's such a interesting statement, because I've got those same reviews. Oh, you played such great music in the dance floor. And you look at even DJs today, is when they're putting on the testimonials on their website or the reviews that are out there. And that is such a common thing where, oh yeah, you played great music. And they may or may not remember. It's just astounding to me, but it's so true.
Yeah, when clients come in and they talk about all the weddings they've been to, or potential clients, they talk about all the weddings they've been to, and I ask them about weddings. What I hear most of the time is about mediocrity. It's not, you get the occasional one who tells you some horror story, but usually it's just a lot of, how many weddings have you been to in the last couple of years? I don't know, 4 or 5. Well, tell me about them. What stands out for you? Nothing really. And a lot of times they'll even say, I guess that's good. I don't remember anything, right? No, that's not good at all. You spend a year's salary putting together this wedding and you don't remember it? Just elope. I'd rather hear a horror story than I don't remember anything.
For sure.
So that's, I wanted to kind of start with that. This is I mentioned to you just before we started, this is really funny. I'm going to talk about one of the things that we do is endings. But I just found this card, putting some stuff out from a thank you note from a client. It's a long thank you note, like all this stuff. But the end of it says, the grand finale was absolutely breathtaking. Just when you think your wedding day couldn't have been any more perfect, you pull out one last trick. 10 years from now, they'll remember the finale that we did, not just the party ended, but they'll remember the finale. So that's what we're kind of trying to do with it.
So you're creating that memorable moment there that will be that thing that they'll hold on to more than, oh yeah, you played good music.
It's sort of the Maya Angelou quote, which I'll butcher, but it was, people don't remember what you say or what you write, but they will remember how you made them feel.
Yeah.
And that's the key. And, even with music, one of the things we talk to a lot with our clients is understanding that our job as a DJ, if as a DJ, you spend your whole time trying to get them to dance to a song. I heard Mike Walter talking earlier about, essentially tricking the clients. You don't let them know that a new song has come on.
Yes.
They get a chance to make a new decision. Okay, let me think. Do I like this song? No, I'll go away. If you create a moment where they're dancing to the song, then every 3 minutes you risk losing the dance floor. So what we try to do is to create it so that they're dancing to the moment instead of to the song. The song doesn't even matter. If we can get them to dance to the moment, it's the old, you dance because you're happy. Or are you happy because you dance, right? So if we sort of marry those ideas together and we just create a moment where, of course I'm dancing. This is a celebration. This is what's going on. So it doesn't matter that I don't like this particular song. What matters is that all of our friends and family and loved ones are out here on the dance floor and we're doing this celebration together. It has nothing to do with whether you like Twist and Shout by the Beatles again.
Sure.
Because I'm not playing anything. I always love when DJs do things. What do you play that nobody else plays? Nothing.
Yeah, it's not like you've got this whole private little list of music.
No, I play exactly what you play. Maybe do a little different orders. But you wanted me to give you some.
Yep. Give us some hard examples, because the DJs who everyone's watching, they like to have things they can wrap their head around.
All right. So this is my homage to Mike Walter in his book, 10 things you can do to have a great day, which has like 20 ideas in it. And the idea is, pick it. So these are my 5 ideas and I have 8 on here. So but I would start with this. The biggest mistake I see DJs make is the failure to own the room and to grab the attention and to focus the room at the very beginning of the event. You mentioned earlier, I have a lot of video. Now I own a video company. We have a photo booth company, so occasionally I'll get to see somebody be our photo booth. The internet is filled with stuff and tons of DJs out there showing off their best stuff. Almost without exception, what I see is DJs start the event with no sort of genuine enthusiasm or excitement, or with completely phony enthusiasm. Come on, Mix, I can't hear you. Let's do that again. Everybody on the count of 3, what? And it's just this whole phony thing. Or it starts with, hi, everybody. My name is DJ Mike. I'm from Mike's Mobile DJ Company. Tonight, we want to welcome all of you, blah, 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 blah. Until people are like, oh, just, make this go away. But nobody at that event, going back to the first part of our conversation, nobody at that event is going to go up to that DJ and go, that was a really lame opening. It didn't really grab me. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go home early. And then they go to the bride and groom, go, listen, we were planning on staying and partying all night long, but really the DJ is boring to us. So we're going to, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
But the flip side is you also didn't grab their attention. In our workshops that we do, we have 2 different ones. In the first workshop we do, called the Level 1 Advanced Microphone Skills Workshop, we work almost exclusively on the first few seconds on the microphone at a wedding. I absolutely believe that for my typical opening at a wedding, within 30 seconds, I would say, from the time my first syllable comes out, for the first 30 seconds, I probably average 5, 6, 7 rounds of applause. I never tell people to clap. People know when to clap. They cheer. They're excited. It's energetic. And what I hear all the time from the venues is, wow, I've never seen a crowd cheer this much. This is a really good crowd. Yeah, every week, or I get lucky, another really good crowd. But there's a purpose to it, right? Because I've just interrupted them. We have 125 or 175, whatever the number of people engaged in conversation. It's a reunion, right? Weddings are a very social event. And I've just come on and yelled at them. That's what a microphone does. So I've talked over all of them and I said, stop talking and listen to me. If I'm going to do that, there better be a really good reason. They better be excited about it. And there's such easy ways to do that. So I see DJs miss that and then go into, oh my God, I watch DJs, their first announcement is, the name of their company and where the bathrooms are. And, and we'll be back later to tell you fun stuff. But right now I'm just doing boring stuff. Well, then when you come back, why would I listen?
Yeah, for sure.
You didn't get me the first time. I'm not going to listen the second time. And then you try to come back after dinner and get them, and they've tuned you out completely. So good luck getting that crowd to do anything. And then you have your good crowds dance, your bad crowds don't. So the first one, I would say, if you did nothing else right all night, if you learn that opening, to create an opening where you create genuine energy, enthusiasm, excitement. Remember, the people that are there are, for the most part, the cheerleaders for this couple. Mm-hmm. Right? They're there for a reason. We get to go to this wedding. Even the people that don't want to go, it's not that they don't want to go for the people. They don't want to go because I know how this is going to turn out. DJ's going to do a bunch of lame announcements, and then he's going to go, okay, put your hands together for Jim Johnson and Susie Smith. Come on, make some noise. I can't hear you, louder. And then he's going to do that for 8 couples, none of whom have ever met each other, don't know each other. They're not couples at all. We've seen this wedding a million times.
For sure.
So we're going to do that, and then we're going to do the electric slide and cut the cake and go home early. And let's try to do something that feels a little bit different than that. So that would be my number one, is learning that opening in the beginning. And if you can't generate applause in the first, and I'll give you the simple one. All you have to say are these words: "Good evening, welcome to John and Lori's wedding reception." That's it. Those are magic words. You've got to say it with the right inflection.
Yep.
But if I interrupt and I say, "Good evening," with a smile, eye contact, I'm out in the middle of the dance floor, not in the corner behind the DJ booth, right? But to say, "Good evening, welcome to John and Lori's wedding celebration." I promise, everybody will clap and cheer. And if you have 125 people in the room and 75 of them clap and cheer and 25, 50 don't, that's fine, because the other people will go, like, they're talking, and they go, "What? Oh, yeah, what happened?"
Yep.
Now they're listening. Now you've got them, and now the next thing you say better be good. So you can't do that and then say, "So the bathrooms are," it's like,
oh.
So now do something with that great attention that you have. So that would be the opening. That would be my number one.
Okay, let's put a pause on that, Randy. We've got let's talk a little bit about the specials you've got going on, and then we'll get to number two.
Okay.
I've got the link down in the description, both on YouTube and Facebook. You guys can go check this out. Give us a quick elevator speech of what you have on the page. That gang, we talked Randy into keeping his Black Friday, Cyber Monday specials going just a little bit longer for this week for you guys.
So we have 2 things going on. Number one, we've got the Get It All special, which is everything we have. So we have all of our DVDs, about 15 hours worth of training material, the stuff that we're talking about now, everything on performance, also all of the things on production, everything for $249 purchased individually. It's about $700 for all of that. So it's a pretty good deal. Even the regular package price for all of that is $399. So it's $150 off the regular packaged price on that. Or you can get just the performance DVDs without the production. It's $249 for everything, $199. Just this week, I'm extending that just for you. And then I found this morning, I just put this up, I found another box of the original 1% Solution DVDs, the one that started it all before we remade it. And just because I have no use for those at all, and for those who, not sure if you want to do it, pretty stellar deal, $19 free shipping, $19 in your hand for I assume probably the best-selling training DVD ever put out for DJs. It's a little dated. The concepts are all still good. We updated it with the new one, but the concepts are all still completely valid.
Yeah, and that was my first experience with the whole concept of the 1% Solution, obviously, and well worth the money. It paid for itself, and I paid a lot more than $19 for it back when I bought it. But well worth the money. Okay.
$99 is what the rest of the world paid for the $19 DVD.
Yep. So again, those links are down in the description. Go click on those after we're done with the show tonight and get yourself in on that, because that deal is only going this week. So, okay, what's our second one, Randy?
I'm trying to give some easy ones here too. One of the things I see is that too many DJs make the non-dance portion of the evening, the music for the non-dance portion, background instead of soundtrack. And think of everything that you do as soundtrack. And it goes back to what we were just talking about. The very beginning, when people first come in, the first impression is when they walk through that door. So if the music is some generic Kenny G, Yanni, jazz, elevator, going to the dentist music, you've not done anything. So think about watching a movie, how important the music is to a movie, and think of all the music that's played throughout the day as soundtrack. What do we want this field to be? So when I do my planning with my clients, the first thing I talk about is when your guests first walk in, what do you want this to feel like in this wedding? Do you want this to feel at the reception? Do you want this to be exciting, fun, energetic? Do you want it to be lovely, romantic? What feel do you want when they first walk in? They've just completed the ceremony. Most of our clients say fun, and most DJs don't play fun music. They put on some soft jazz stuff, and it's like, I don't know. I mean, I realize it's a matter of taste, but I don't think soft jazz is fun. So I don't care if we're doing reggae, pop, oldies, rock. The genre doesn't matter, but there's an upbeat, fun piece of music that you can put in for that. So, again, for everything that we do. So if we're doing, toast, cake, bouquet, garter, all of those things should have a soundtrack that goes with it. All the way up to and including when my party's end, we have what we call traveling music as they're leaving. When a movie ends, it doesn't end as the credits roll with no music. There's music on the ending credits. So the ending credits of a wedding should have traveling music. So whatever fits with them, there's music that continues to play as people are walking out the door.
Nice. Great. I like that, how the setting the mood as they come in and doing it intentionally like that with that conversation with the bride. Good idea.
So simple stuff. All right, you ready for number 3?
Number 3, let's go.
Number 3, being phony. We call it cheesy, but it's not cheesy. Cheesy is in the eye of the beholder. What people really don't like is phony. So, a great example, you can take something like the chicken dance, which is what everybody goes to. And it's not usually the dance itself that is the problem. It's how it's presented. And it's everybody come out and get in a circle. We're all going to do this goofy little thing. But I've done the chicken dance at some very elegant events over the years that were just, that took it completely over the top. But it has to be done with real genuine heart. So everything. So again, when I was talking about the beginning with that opening, if you come out and do the screaming at them on the microphone using the phony DJ voice, it's not going to fly. They're going to know. They're going to tune out of that right away. Before we start, we sit with our staff always, and we go over our last minute stuff. Everybody's come in. We got it. We know what we're going to do. We do a final little fist bump. Let's go tear this thing up. And I remind myself of why I'm there. Why they hired me. Why didn't they just elope? Why did they spend an inordinate amount of money on this entire event? It's a really big deal. Knowing that it's a really big deal means that it's easy for me to become enthusiastic. So when I smile and say, welcome to John and Lori's wedding, I'm genuinely welcoming them to that event. And I'm looking right at the people, and they're smiling. As they're clapping, I'm looking at different people. Sometimes I'm high-fiving people. I'm genuinely in the moment. So you have to do what fits for your personality. But I would say we take, as performing artists, we take what we do, our genuine personality, and then we just sort of expand on that a little bit. But you see guys who just have a conversation like this normally, and then you hand them a microphone, and all of a sudden they become that guy.
Yep.
Nobody ever wants that, right? So staying genuine is, and that's, by the way, that's all night. So, let's say it's a father-daughter dance. Well, for me, I'm 60, so I'm generally the age or even a little older than the bride's dad. When I'm introducing a father-daughter dance, I'm usually looking directly at dad when I'm talking, not at the bride. He's the one I'm going to connect with. I have daughters, I have granddaughters. So I get what he's feeling. And so for me, I can look at you and say, John, come on out to the dance floor. This is a song that your daughter has been looking forward to dancing with you. And I'm talking directly to him. It's on the microphone, but I'm talking directly to him. But if I was a 24-year-old DJ, I'd probably talk directly to the bride and say, Susie, I know you're really looking forward to dancing with your dad. What a great thing that he's here to be with you tonight. So you can really be in that moment. So bouquet, is the DJ or is the groom, is he a crazy, wild, over-the-top guy? If he is, you can kind of play that when you're doing the garter. But there's a DJ here in town who does the same shtick all the time. It's really bad. It's really bad stuff. It's just, and it's so phony. But he has this whole shtick that he does where he makes the groom dance before he gets the garter off. Yeah. If you get it for the right person, I've seen him do it where it's really good. And I've seen it where it's really, really bad. But he has this whole routine that he does, and it's about, he's been practicing and he's been going out to the clubs and working on this. And I've seen the groom going, no, I don't go to clubs. That's not me at all. Right. And so it's really phony. So I'd say you've got to really stay in the moment there. All right, let me move on because I want to get to these. Yep. This is my homage to Jim Strone because he's the one who came up with this phrase, although he stole the concept from me. It's called letting the moment breathe. We used to always just talk about, just take a second, but that's Jim's phrase, which I love, letting the moment breathe. And there are a lot of times when we feel like we have to jump in and say something. And boy, sometimes saying nothing can be really, really powerful. Yes. So if you're in the moment, it's easy to let the moment breathe because you're there and you're seeing what they're doing. If dad and daughter are hugging and crying and like choking each other because it's a full embrace, shut the front door. See how I clean that up for the audience? I know, I like that. I got the beep button ready, but hey. So let that moment. Now, eventually, you're going to have to say something, but maybe not when the tears are still flowing. Let that moment breathe. As we're coming up on the end here, let me end with, I won't get to all of them, but let me end with my most important one, and it's what we started with, and that is a less than spectacular ending. I would say this: if you open the event correctly, and you get their full attention and focus on what they're there for. We're here to celebrate this wedding. If you do that, and then you have a thoroughly mediocre reception, and let's face it, we've all had thoroughly mediocre receptions, at least by our standards, right? There was dancing, it wasn't a lot of saying, it wasn't a big over-the-top crowd. But then at the end, you have a spectacular ending. That's what they leave remembering. And so at the end of when, with this bride who did have a great wedding, but for her to send me this letter and saying, then when you think it couldn't be any more perfect, and then you have this. And we cover a lot in our DVDs on endings and how to do that stuff. My signature is taking all of if we hand a microphone to somebody, it gets recorded. So ceremony, the bride and groom's welcoming when they first come in, one of the things I really push for. toasts, blessings. Anytime anybody's speaking, we're recording. And then during dancing, we cut that all up, edit it, throw it in over the finale. And at the end of the evening, when all of their friends and family are gathered around, instead of just doing this thing, which like, okay, that's fun for like a minute and a half, instead of that, all of a sudden you have the ability to say, remember what happened here today. And you hear these voices coming on, and you hear the groom say, thank you all for being here to celebrate with us tonight. It means the world to Lori and I that you're here. We love you all. And the next voice is the father of the bride saying, I couldn't have chosen a better husband for my daughter. And then it gets more powerful. And all of a sudden it's, just when you get them on the verge of tears, then the funny guy Toast comes on who says something that cracks everybody up, and you're living on that raw emotion. Now they're laughing, clapping, cheering, crying, and you say, congratulations, have a great life together. The place just totally blows up, and then there's a line of people. And by the way, if you work with two people, here's the best reason for doing all this. Because now all these people come rushing over at the end and say, oh my God, I've never seen anything like this. And that means you have to be busy taking care of them while your assistant has to tear down all the equipment. So I don't ever have to tear anything down. I just go, I'll be with you when I can. Right now I have to come over here and, kiss some hands and shake some babies.
Talk to these wonderful people. Oh, fabulous stuff, Randy. Thank you very, very much for that. Good. The chat room has been appreciating your wealth of knowledge. If they want to get in touch with you, would like to ask questions or just to chat, what's the best way to do that?
Very best way is on our Facebook group, the 1% Solution on Facebook. In fact, we just started something where we're going to be basically going through all of everything that's on the DVDs, discussing them as a group, beginning to end. This will probably take us 3 years to get through everything, literally. But there's an ongoing group of, it's like if you're not there, it's like what you would find on other Facebook groups if there was no drama, pettiness, ego, just people really being helpful. So that's the best place. My email address, randy@premierentertainment.biz, B-I-Z. So Premier, P-R-E-M-I-E-R, and then entertainment. Those are the best ways to reach me. And then I'll be at the shows. I'll be at Mobile Beat. We've got a workshop that we just announced at Mobile Beat, so you can sign up for that. That's on Sunday the 12th. I'll be at Midwest DJs.
Up in our neck of the woods.
I will be at ARM DJs in June. I'm in discussions right now with Wedding MBA to come back there as well. So
wow.
We'll see what happens.
It'll be a busy year for you.
I'll be at DJ Times.
Oh, very cool. You are going to be a busy man this year. A lot of travel. Once again, gang, the link is in the description below, or you can go to DJ 1%. I think it's 1% Solution. That's the number one. Everything else is spelled out, but the links are down in the description. You can go check those out and take advantage of the deal. Randy's got some great information. As I said, I've purchased his materials for more than what you're going to be able to get them for, and it did change our business many times over. So I've gotten my money's worth out of those DVDs many times, and I thank you, Randy, for putting those together. That's great stuff.
Well, thanks for having me, John. Any questions, ask me on the 1% Solution, and we have such great group. We've got, I think, about 1,300 members on there now that are just phenomenal. There's truly no drama ever. So
yeah,
you won't see that. So have some fun to join us there.
That sounds great. Randy, thank you very much. Gang, we'll be back in just a few minutes. We're going to get the crew in here for our DJNTV live show to end the night. Thank you.
All right.